Hey, welcome back to Spotlight News. If you're a fan of Diddy, come here and we talk about this. Today, Cassie's friend has come out and she said stuff about the Arsenal deal, but I think
Be famous and rich because you can't get away from them. Tiffany Red has written for the likes of Zendaya, Jason Derulo, and Jennifer Hudson. In 2015, she became friends with Cassie while writing songs for her album. At that point, Cassie and Diddy had been together for nearly 8 years. In a lawsuit Cassie filed last month, she detailed the abuse she says Diddy committed, including physical assault. Red says although she did not know about the alleged physical assault while working with Cassie, she did witness verbal abuse on more than one occasion, one of which took place during Cassie's 29th birthday in 2015. Red says Diddy showed up at karaoke.
Remember
where
this?
Cassie and a group of friends were celebrating. So he had her back into the corner and he was like cussing her out with his hand in her face. Later that night, Red, who was staying at Cassie's home, says she awoke to screaming. He's standing in the living room area and she's there. And he was like emotional singing, "There you are." And I
Talking to
was
her.
like, oh, he's talking to me. And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside. And I remember looking in his eyes and I said to him, what did y'all do? Because I could see that she was really sedated. That was the first time I ever seen her like high before. And then he says, tell your girl she wants some birthday. And we were like, well, I mean, he's saying this to me, and I'm like, well, she doesn't have to have sex with you if she doesn't want to. He was upset. I guess that she didn't want to do with him whatever he wanted. I don't know. I don't feel like I could advocate for myself in that moment. I realized, oh, this guy is dangerous. Red says it was only a few months ago that Cassie told her what was really going on that night in 2015, that it all stemmed from the music executive wanting her to take part in what he called a freak-off against her will. What did Cassie tell you about these freak-offs? That he would hire these sex workers and they would have, sex or whatever, and he would watch and tell them what to do. In her lawsuit, Cassie alleges she was forced to participate in freak-offs throughout her relationship with Diddy. Red learning recently one horrific detail from Cassie. She told me the only time he was willing to do anything or work on her music, go through any plans, any of that, was when she had a freak off. So all of our music, all my work, to find out that I spent all these years writing these songs for him to refer to, is just disgusting. In the lawsuit, Cassie detailed the physical abuse she says Diddy committed, including an instance where she was put in a hotel room for days to heal. Red says Cassie recently told her about Diddy giving her a black eye before the premiere of her 2016 film, The Perfect Match. I remember one time her telling me that I think it might have been The Perfect Match, that movie that she was in. And she told me that she had a black eye under her makeup. Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
but listen to me. I think Cassie is known to responsible for what comes out of her friend's mouth. If they go after her, they are gonna be in for a new lawsuit. Cassie's lawyer wishes Diddy would. I think and the NDA does not protect you from legal activity. If Diddy was legally forcing Cassie to have that workers with workers, anyone for the matter against her will be supplying. People need to realize that physical abuse or assault is a crime. NDAs don't include crime. Literally, no court is going to uphold that also. Yeah, I guess it's getting what I don't understand how Cassie can be hold reliable with her friend didn't sign an NDA. Can someone explain this? I don't think, cause it's going worse for Cassie's lawyer wishes Diddy would, but it's going worse. I think Diddy's lawyer doesn't know what's going on. People need to realize that physical abuse is not an assault. It's assault, and it don't include crime. Literally, no court is going to uphold that. Also, if the friend witnessed anything, she would come back and speak. I think the case of Diddy and Diddy wouldn't give Cassie access to the songs she wrote unless Cassie practiced to freak off. Says she discussed him, her friend, to the movie. So, guys, I think Diddy took over all Cassie's music and whatever he did, and whatever happened to Cassie, Diddy was responsible. Oh my god. I think Diddy isn't that a good man, because according to all the lawsuits that come across, Diddy isn't good. If you hear what Cassie friend said about, I think he isn't good. And what surprises me is the girlfriend is not coming out to talk about this all stuff. Now look, Cassie, the friends are the ones coming out to talk about what really happened, but for her, she's not giving clear information about what happened. She doesn't come out to say anything. But now, if the friend witnessed, should we take it true? I don't know, but this is what I think. This is the trauma. This lady passed in too much trauma, which is unbelievable for her to hold. But did you also? Why? Like, seriously, why? I think Diddy thought all what he was going to do was going to be covered behind the dark horse, and they were not going to come out as now. Yeah, I think she knows about all the stuff. Well, for one, she was there for the two before before Twitter was invented, before all the stuff was invested and people weren't using MySpace. The gospel before all that, before all that worked on Diddy and Cousin about whatever's going on. That, if you go to the bloggers between 2002 124, which is when I think, like, really the Instagram balls, you will see that so many people are posting stories about seeing Cassie being stabbed in the street, Cassie doing this. But this is very, very betrayal for Diddy. Act like all this was done in silence and there was no actual witness that wrote about it. Post did his insane, he better back off. Posted Diddy's insane, he was back off of Cassie, he better back off of Cassie. That's all I'm saying. Again, not a warning, but just the fact of the baby. Don't know what his lawyers are doing, but this is all. Yeah, once again, subscribe to host the Spotlight News for your updates about everything that's going on. So, here in this video, we want Cousin to own back her music. Diddy should give her her rights to own her music back. Thank you for listening to me.